Good morning, students. So, this is your teacher Anjana, and let's continue our discussion on the first chapter of economics, which is development. So, let's see, before proceeding to our new topic today, let's have a quick recap of whatever we have studied or whatever we have learned in our previous class. So, in our previous class, we learned about, at first it was the difference between growth and development, where we have understood that growth is a very narrow concept, whereas development is a broad concept. It's really a very big concept, and to know about the real development we have to consider certain essential questions, that how life can be better for everyone and how people should live together, like how we can establish equality. And then we have also understood that development means different for different people. That means different people have different goals. Taking examples of landless laborers, prosperous farmer, a girl, industry, and a politician. And and we have come to a point that development, it consists of two factors: the material things, that is income, or the things which we can buy from income, and non-material things like education, freedom, and equality. Now, we have also understood that development for one person, or the developmental goal for one section of society, can be may be destructive for the other one. And we took the example of the industries in the dams. Like industries, they require, for them development would be more and more electricity generation, but for this increase in electricity generation we require more dams, and this would destroy, on the one hand, the tribal areas. It will destroy the culture of the tribals. Now finally we have come to a conclusion that there are two aspects of development. First is different people have different goals, and development of one may be destructive for the other. And here, as I told you, that we have to consider certain important reports. These are the three reports. First will be the economic survey report of Government of India, which is conducted by NSSO, National Sample Survey Organization. Second is the Human Development Index, which is issued by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. And the our third important report is the World Development Indicators, or World Development Report, which is the World Bank report. And World Bank is otherwise known as International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Now, when we were talking about comparison, so how we can compare different countries or different states? On what basis can we compare? So there arised certain questions, like, can everyone's idea be considered equally important? Like, we understood that different people have different goals. हर इंसान का अलग ही गोल होता है. तो उस केस में क्या हम हर इंसान के गोल को कंसिडर करें ताकि हम कंट्रीज या स्टेट्स को कंपेयर कर सकें? क्या ये फेयर होगा? क्या ये राइट पाथ होगा? एंड whether there is any better way of doing things, like क्या हमारे पास कोई और अच्छा ऑप्शन है जिससे हम लार्जर सेक्शन ऑफ सोसाइटी के कॉमन गोल को या फिर डेवलपमेंटल गोल्स को हम कंसिडर कर सकें, एंड वी कैन कंपेयर द कंट्रीज. एंड व्हेन जब बहुत बार सोचा गया, देन एक पॉइंट निकल के आया कि वी कैन कंपेयर डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और डिफरेंट स्टेट्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर इनकम. अब इनकम के बेसिस पे अगर कंसिडर करते हैं तो प्रॉब्लम ये होगी कि ऑल दिस कंट्रीज, दे हैव डिफरेंट इनकम, दे हैव डिफरेंट पॉपुलेशन. सो उसके बेसिस पे तो हम सिर्फ इनकम देख के, कंट्री का एनुअल इनकम देख के ये हम कंसिडर नहीं कर सकते हैं, कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते. देन फाइनली अ कंक्लूजन वाज मेड दैट पर कैपिटा इनकम, that means the total income and total population divided by total population. That means how much one person in a country is earning. Per capita income को देखा जाए, and we can compare the countries on the basis of per capita income. अब per capita income क्यों? क्योंकि per capita income में ये होता है कि it would show that how much is the purchasing power of one person, one single person in a country. So countries can be compared on this basis, and similarly on this basis World Development Report, which was issued by World Bank. Yes, so development report, World Bank came up with World Development Reports in 2000. This is the data of 2017, and in this there are three categories of countries. The World Bank has divided the countries into three categories: rich, middle income and low income. And according to the 2017 report, the countries having per capita per annum income of more than 12,056 US dollars are considered as rich countries, whereas the countries where the per capita per annum income is less than US dollar 955, those countries are considered as low income countries. And the countries who are having their per capita income in between we consider as middle income countries, and India lies in this section. Now, अब सिर्फ इनकम को तो कंसिडर नहीं किया जा सकता. You remember we discussed that different people have different goals. हर किसी के लिए इनकम तो है, इनकम वीक ठीक है, इनकम एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, बट they also need different things like education, freedom, better health care, equality. So income cannot be considered as the sole criteria for comparing countries, because income, comparing only income, it hides several disparities. Let's see how. Let's see this table, and इस table में अभी हम first time we will only consider the per capita income. अगर हम per capita income in three states, the three states of India, we have taken example. It is also given in your textbook. So we have taken example of the three states which are Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. Haryana के अगर देखें तो per capita income is 1,62,034 rupees. Okay. This is actually the average income for the year 2015 and 16. Then Kerala is 1,40,190, whereas Bihar, the per capita income is only 31,454. So on the basis of only per capita income, we could say that Haryana is doing very well, whereas Bihar की तो बहुत condition खराब है. Then, but if we see the other factors like the infant mortality rate, literacy rate and the net attendance ratio, पहले ये discuss कर लेते हैं. Infant mortality rate. What is actually infant mortality rate? It indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1000 live children born in that particular year. That means अगर एक साल में if we consider कि 1000 बच्चों का जन्म हुआ जो बच गए, they were not stillbirth, they were live births. Okay, so 1000 बच्चों में कितने बच्चे एक साल की उम्र, मतलब from day 1 to 365 days. So एक साल की उम्र तक कितने बच्चों की डेथ हो गई. If we take this proportion out of 1000 live births. Okay, so I'm again repeating, infant mortality rate में क्या होता है कि जैसे एक साल में 1000 बच्चों ने जन्म लिया and they survived, तो उन 1000 बच्चों में दे वर नॉट स्टिल बर्थ, दे वर लाइव बर्थ, मतलब वो जन्म के समय जिंदा थे. So out of that 1000 children, how many children they died before the age of 1 year? They are this rate is known as infant mortality rate. Next is literacy rate. It actually measures the proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age group. Literacy rate हम consider करते हैं 7 and above age group के लिए. So कितने population जो है वो literate हैं. Third one is the net attendance ratio. It is the total number of children of age group 14 and 15 years attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. अगर 14 to 15 years के age group में कितने बच्चे हैं and उनमें से कितने बच्चे school attend कर रहे हैं. Out of like it is usually calculated per 100 persons. 100 बच्चों में 100 बच्चे जो हैं वो अगर 14 to 15 years के एज ग्रुप के हैं तो उनमें से कितने बच्चे स्कूल अटेंड कर रहे हैं. सो लेट्स सी how the states are performing on the basis of IMR, literacy ratio and net attendance ratio. So if we see Haryana, infant mortality rate is 33, whereas in Kerala it is just 10, and in Bihar it is 38. Okay, so which is almost like Haryana and Bihar, they are almost 3 to 4 times more than Kerala. And in literacy rate, Kerala, it has given so much educational facilities, it takes care of the education for all in its state. So because of that, the literacy rate is 94%, whereas in Bihar it is just 62. Now similarly in net attendance ratio, Haryana is 61, Kerala 83 and Bihar is 43. So if you see the data, if you compare the data properly, you could see that Kerala has lower per capita income than Haryana, but it is performing very well in other aspects, their criteria. So we can say the condition of people and the education and health status, actually they are really very good in Kerala compared to Haryana. Now apart from this education and health facilities, there are other public facilities as well. So if we have taken income as the sole criteria to measure or compare development of the countries, then there are many problems that we can face, like money cannot buy all the goods and services we need for survival. ठीक है, कुछ चीज़ें हम खरीद सकते हैं, but not all the things. Like money cannot buy pollution free environment. खरीद सकते हैं क्या? नहीं, never. Money cannot ensure an access to unadulterated medicines. Okay, money may not protect from infectious disease. Like at present, you must be noticing that the COVID-19 novel coronavirus, it has spread as a pandemic all around the world. And do you think कि जिनके पास बहुत पैसा है वो बच गए हैं? No. बहुत सारे रिच लोग भी इसकी चपेट में आ गए हैं. They are also infected with the disease. So money cannot protect from infectious disease. Now what our government is doing, how the government is helping us or taking care of us. So they have worked on the health and educational facilities, and due to this we can see, and we have just seen, that states like Kerala has low infant mortality rate and high literacy rate. Then functioning of PDS, public distribution system, yes, it has become a great success in the states where it is implemented. So due to this, there is improvement in health and nutritional status of people in some states, and these are those states where it is implemented properly. Next is, when we are talking about the nutritional status, the health status, there is an index which is used to calculate, to check the nutritional and the health status of a person, and it is known as body mass index, BMI. It is first a person's weight is taken in kgs, then the person's height is taken, it is converted into meters. Now BMI is calculated as weight which was taken in kg divided by the square of the height in meters. So the result which we will get, we have to check it with the table. And the most important thing to note is that this criteria is not applicable for growing children. It is applicable only for the adults. So how are we going to compare that? If the BMI, the final result which we get, जो result आएगा इसका weight in kg divided by square of height in meters, इसका जो result आएगा we have to check it. If it is less than 18.5, अगर वो 18.5 से कम होगा, then the person is considered as undernourished. His health status is not good and like it's very poor. Then if the BMI is more than 25, then the person is considered as overweight. और अगर BMI 25 के above होगा तो person जो है वो overweight considered होगा, obese considered होगा. Now as you remember that we were about to discuss 3 important reports. The first was economic survey report by Government of India, where we have compared the states. Then the second was the World Development Report by World Bank, where we compared the countries on the basis of income. Now the third report, which is very important and which has considered like several criteria, several aspects, is the Human Development Index. So what all we have learned till now, what we have understood till now, that income is important. Income is an important criteria, but it is not an adequate indicator of to measure development. इनकम इम्पॉर्टेंट है लेकिन वो बिल्कुल परफेक्ट, सिर्फ वही एक इंडिकेटर हम कंसिडर नहीं कर सकते हैं डेवलपमेंट को मेजर करने के लिए. सो फॉर दिस UNDP, United Nations Development Program, has come up with Human Development Index, and the indicators which SDI has taken is the gross national income, health, that is life expectancy at birth, and in the field of education, mean years of schooling of people aged 25 and above. Please correct it, it should be 25 and above. So the average of all these 3 indicators are taken, and then जो average के बाद जो final result निकल के आता है, average means this plus this divided by 3. So the final result निकल के आता है, it is compared, it is separate for all the countries, so it is compared, and then ranking is given in the form of SDI rank, Human Development Index rank. So see, this is India and its neighboring countries. So if you see, here is India and so if you see, here is India, and if you can see, let's compare the Human Development Index of India with its neighboring countries. So if you could see, the GNI, gross national income, that means the purchasing power parity, per capita purchasing power of a person in Sri Lanka is 11,326 according to the report of 2011, and India it's $6,353. Everything is in dollar. Now, and in the neighboring countries, if you see, Nepal has the lowest, which is 2,471. Life expectancy at birth, that means how much a person is expected to live when he or she is born. When a child is born, how much it is expected to live. So in Sri Lanka it is 75.5. In India it is 68.8. And if you see the countries, in Pakistan it is lowest 66.6. That means Sri Lanka has better healthcare facilities. Okay, so which enhances the life expectancy at birth. Now, mean years of schooling. This is for the people who have attained the age of 25, and or else they are more than 25 years. So what is their mean year of schooling, how much schooling they have done? So it is, in Sri Lanka it is only 10.9, India 6.4, and the lowest is in Myanmar and Nepal, which is 4.9. So according to all these indicators, taking the average of all these indicators, the HDI rank of India is 130, and in its neighboring country Sri Lanka has performed much better, and its rank in the world is 76. But if you could see Pakistan, its condition is worse than that of India, and the current rank is 150. So students, this was all for today, and in our next session, next class, we'll continue the lesson and we will discuss about sustainable development. Till that time, take care and have a nice day.